For this portfolio project reflection, we have to discuss program outcomes as well as institutional outcomes and how they apply to our projects. For the first program outcome, it's use legal and ethical principles to analyze and apply management practices of healthcare organizations and delivery of patient care. We cover that in the proposal portion of our paper. We had to discuss different ethical issues and also governmental issues and how we would fix them. For the research information management systems, to evaluate and select technologies appropriate to a particular healthcare setting. That was also part of the proposal because we had to discuss different methods of information systems. We had to figure out which one we wanted to use, how much it would cost, how we would implement that into the organization, and our recommendations. For institutional outcomes, they have information literacy and communication. So, of course, all research that we had to do, we had to be able to write it down and be able to communicate it not only to our instructor, but the way that the project was as if we were giving this information to a possible employer. For relational learning, relational learning is basically taking what we're learning and being able to explain it to somebody else, which we did that the whole project. We had to research different jobs um, and then make a resume stating that we were able to do that job. For thinking abilities, we have to give an example of strategies of reflections. Once again, I think the whole project, we had to do thinking abilities. We had to come up with, we had to find what jobs that we wanted to look for and how it would apply to what we already know as far as information that would be on our resume. For quantitative and scientific reasoning, we had to find out how much it would cost for us to implement this information system. Not only that, our projects were broken down into different sections and we had to do a certain amount of work every section. For community and career, everything that we've learned in this class pertains to our future career. This is a health service class, so that means at some point we're going to go into the medical field, whether it's in a hospital or if we're going to work in a nursing home or assisted living. So everything as far as like the human resources, being able to do the research and find out budgeting plans, things like that nature. As for the interpersonal skills and the work capabilities, I chose communication in order to do this project, and not just this project, but anything that has to do with the healthcare field, human resources or administration. We need to be able to communicate with one another, not only in person or face to face, just like we had to do this video. A lot of things have to be done through email, so we need to know how to talk and the do's and the don'ts, like no exclamation points or no capital letters, things like that. The second one that I chose was attitude, which goes along with the communication. As a human resource, you're going to be you are going to be a manager, and you may have to write someone up. You need to be able to communicate with that person and talk to them in a proper tone. Can't take our personal feelings about what the write up is about. We have to be able to respect that person, but at the same time still be stern. And I think that's about it.